Welcome to LCAP Legacy, Decades of Dedication, the podcast that celebrates the incredible individuals who have shaped the heart and soul of the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership.
Each episode, we'll dive deep into the stories of those who have devoted their careers to making a difference, not just in our organization, but in the lives of the people we serve every day.
We'll uncover their journeys, explore the moments that inspired them, and highlight the lasting impact of their commitment to LCAP's mission.
So whether you're here to learn, be inspired, or simply celebrate the amazing people who make LCAP what it is, thank you for joining us.
This is LCAP Legacy, Decades of Dedication.
Let's get started with today's guest.
You're now listening to LCAP Legacy, Decades of Dedication, and we are back in the studio with another special guest. Today, we have Holly Wright, and she is the Regional Healthy Homes Coordinator. She has been with the company for the past 3 years. So, Holly, thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
And today, I have my wonderful co-host, Amber, with me.
Good morning.
Kim will not make it on this episode, but she is here with us in spirit, so we're going to go ahead and proceed. So, Holly, take us to the beginning. How did you get involved with LCAP?
Well, my husband is Joe Wright, and he is a outside salesperson for Friends Office, or he's been multiple salespeople for multiple companies. Anyway, LCAP is a very good client of his. He's got really good relationships with lots of people throughout the agency. So when I was looking for a change in a working environment, he said, Holly, LCAP's the best. You really should look for, something within the agency. So we kept that in the back of our brains, and I saw a Healthy Homes position listed on Indeed, and applied and obviously got the job, and I've been here ever since. And he was right. It was a good place to be. It's a good working environment, which was what I was looking for.
So for those that may not know, could you explain what exactly a healthy home is?
There's a lot of things that are involved in healthy homes. Basically, we follow some principles. What makes a healthy home? It's clean, it's dry, it's pest-free, odor-free, chemical-free, lead-based paint, free. That's our biggie. I'm trying to think if there's anything. There's 8. I've probably named about 6. I always forget a few. I can see in my head dustpan, fly swatter, fan, fire extinguisher. So those kinds of things.
You also work closely with our early education program, and you go into the different classrooms and you talk to the students. So when you are talking to those younger kids, how do you bring it to more layman's term for them and explain to them how they can work to have healthy homes?
They're fun. I love them. I just kind of get out on the floor with them. I try to read a story that's at their level. I love to read to the kids. I did that with my kids growing up. So it brings back good memories of just kind of hanging out on the floor with them and reading things and hopefully getting their excitement. I mean,
The kids love it when you come in and read to them. I've been there to take pictures, and they love when Miss Holly comes to visit.
Yeah, they're fun. So, yeah. So, and you were there when we did I pulled out a magic bag of Healthy Homes items and trying to this is what would help you do. What do you do with this? You kill flies, and, kind of deals. And a paintbrush, and then let them play with everything. And
at the end of your visit, do you see that light bulb kind of go off in their minds? They're like, oh, okay, this is something that I could start incorporating when I'm at home, or I can teach my parents that we can do.
Probably sometimes, probably not always. So I was talking with, I have a new specialist with me, and just talking with her about things, and repetition is key. So I think kids learn through, the repetition, the message being repeated multiple times, and then it clicks. So,
and it makes it fun for them too. I know the last time you came in your little magic bag of fun, you had some little fake bugs, and the kids were having a blast getting the bugs with the fly swatters.
Yes, the bugs were a big hit.
So could you share a success story where you guys made a major difference in somebody's home?
Oh, I could probably do that. So we go into the homes and we have multiple programs that we work through. So you guys know with the weatherization with Leah. I work more on the rehab side with the lead-based paint and also just the housing rehab in general. So we can go in and do all kinds of things based on what our risk assessor turns up as what would be key factors that need to be done to make the house safer and healthier. So after everything's done, the clients, their reactions to what has gone done, people will come in tears and say, "Oh, thank you so much for this. I could never have done this on my own. That's awesome." And we get letters from clients, and it's just it's really nice to hear that. So,
Are there any certain issues that you see more often in this region compared to others?
well, again, lead-based paint is our biggie. Most of our homes that we deal with are all have lead in them in some way. The housing stock in Lawrence County is old, so typically we're addressing a lot of the lead-based paint hazards. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay.
And for people who may not know, how can lead affect people who live in that home?
So it mostly affects younger kids. That's why we target our littler ones because of their development in their brains. It's a lot of there's a lot of neurological issues that can affect the lead. So some of the kids can have learning disabilities. They can have some delays in development with their growth. So that's why it's key to tackle the homes when we can get them as starting when they're pregnant and moving forward.
So how do you go about fixing the lead-based paint in homes?
Multiple ways. So we can either encapsulate, so we can cover things up. So a lot of our homes are older, and so we have to abide by the historical preservation guidelines that we've got. So some of our homes need to, we have to encapsulate it and instead of replacing the items. So we kind of cover it with an encapsulant. Siding is a good encapsulant. So it keeps the old paint from being exposed so that the kids can't nick away at it or scrape at it and create the lead dust. So the other ways we can do is we replace things. So windows are a biggie. So a lot of the frames and the old windows are wood. So and they've been painted with the lead-based paint. So removing all of those and putting in new windows is how we eliminate the lead hazards.
And this is a unique field to be in. Has this always been the type of field that you wanted to be in, or a career path that you were searching for?
So my career path has been really crazy. I've always veered towards people and helping people. That has been the first and foremost of everything that I've done. So in some way, shape, or form, I've also I have a degree in physical education, but it's corporate wellness and in lifestyle factors. It's not a teaching degree. So anything that it pertains to health and healthy living is where I've kind of landed most of my life. So it's in the realm. I didn't necessarily seek out to work with lead-based paint when I was young and fresh out of college. It just kind of has morphed into that as I've gone through the years of doing things.
Nice.
And are there any seasonal issues that you focus on educating the public about, like mold in the summer or heating in the winter, things like that?
That would probably be more Leah Brown's realm with the weatherization and trying things. We do tackle weatherization issues with our housing rehab if we can. So sealing up doors and sealing up windows and doing the insulation and those kinds of things, putting in ventilation to keep the mold and moisture from forming. So we tackle those, not necessarily seasonally, but just holistically. We try to tackle the whole house and deal with all those as we can.
And I know when I originally reached out to you, you said that you were extremely busy this week because you're working on different grants. So when it comes to applying for grants, what are certain things that you're looking for that could help the Healthy Homes program?
So currently we're working on our most recent lead-based paint. It's a lead hazard reduction grant. So it's so we're currently in a lead hazard grant, and then we have this new one that we're applying for that will hopefully fund lead projects for the next 4 years after this. I'm hoping I'm answering your question. What was the question again?
When you are applying for these grants, what are some of the things that you put into it, and what are you looking for?
So we are looking for how we've done it in the past, what's worked in the past, and what we're going to be doing moving forward to make sure that we have to stay compliant with the grants. So all of our grants, obviously you guys probably know this as well. We have to maintain the compliance with all their guidelines. Otherwise, they're not going to want to refund us. So, so just how we've done that, how we've followed the rules and the regulations and implemented the grants in the past. That's kind of what we're working for now, is trying to show our pattern of consistency and our successes. So.
And what challenges do you face in your work that the public might not be aware of?
Well, you always want to help everybody, and you always want to give them the world, if you can possibly do that. There are limitations to our funding, so we have to, again, follow the grants regulations and what we're allowed to do and not allowed to do. So, and then sometimes there's limits to the resources that we have. So we just have to do the best that we can with the funds that we have available. So sometimes that's hard, because sometimes you're telling somebody no, or not yet.
If you could give every household a piece of advice on keeping a healthy home, what would it be?
Don't let it get away from you. So that would probably be a big thing. Sometimes people, it's intimidating if you start to let things slide, and then it slides more, and then you don't want to tackle it and it gets worse. So tackle things head on. Don't let things get away from you.
And you have been in this role for the past 3 years. And, I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of people come in and out to where you guys have been able to help people. So just looking back on your journey here, how would you say you've been able to make an impact within the healthy homes? And then also just giving back to the younger generation of teaching them how to live in a healthier home.
That's a big question. All right. So first, impact within my department.
Yes.
So I try to be a positive person. I try to, I guess it's my goal, my mission. Lee and I were just talking about this the other day. And I'm sorry, I'm talking with my hands. I'm trying to sit on them so I don't make noise. My mission is to build other people up. That's what makes a really good workplace. You want to be there. You want to be around, and you want to help people to do their best too. So if people feel well and feel good and confident, then we all work well together. So that's my in-house goal. So, as far as impacting the community, is that the second question?
Yes.
So we are doing lots. I mean, if you look at my office just recently, I looked, we joke, it looks like Beauty and the Beast with all the dishes piled up. Those are my files of projects that we've completed, and that's kind of cool to see that. I mean, it looks crazy, but it's like, wow, look at all those. Like, I had a hand in all of those projects. That was kind of cool. And our files are color coded. So I look at the colors, I'm like, well, that's a lot of lead we've been taking care of. So that's good stuff too. So that's encouraging, and it just kind of shows you the work that we're doing. So,
and then just to piggyback on that question, one of our main themes here is legacy. And I like to ask everyone who sits in your seat, once you're done here at LCAP, what is the legacy that you're hoping to leave?
Just one of, that I'm a team player, that my eyes and heart are on the interests of others, first and foremost. I think that's what I don't know. That's all that matters at this point. So, I mean, we'll get the work done, but I want to make sure that people feel good while they're doing it.
Nice. All right, so that will wrap up the personal round, and we'll go ahead and make our way to the quick fire round. And how that works is we're going to ask you a series of questions, and you'll just answer with whatever comes to your mind first. So, Amber, you want to go ahead and ask the first question?
All right. If Healthy Homes, the whole department, had a mascot, what would it be?
Ooh, a mascot. paintbrush.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
And what was your first job you ever had?
First job, I worked at McDonald's in the drive-thru was my first. Is that what you mean? Like
Yes.
out of high school?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like everyone starts at like some type of fast food restaurant.
So if you got to design your dream home, what would be the one big feature that you'd want to make sure you have?
This is going to sound terrible. A big living room so I can have people hanging out in
That
it.
sounds great.
What's the best way to spend an off day, or how do you like to spend your off days?
I'm a hiker. I like to do hiking, so just going out and exploring a trail, and not having a timeline, just going and being in the woods, and again, not having a schedule and saying I have to be back by a certain time. So that would be the best.
Has there been one trail that you really enjoyed hiking?
We hike a lot. I love Moraine. I love all the trails out at Moraine, so I could go out there and for every day if I could. So,
What is your dream vacation destination? You could go anywhere.
I veer back and forth between the beach and the mountains. So maybe something that encompasses both. So somewhere where it's warm, but not too warm, and it has the woods that are easily accessible.
What would you say is harder, fixing a home or changing mindsets?
That's a hard one too. I'm going to say mindsets.
What is your go-to coffee or tea order?
Ooh, I'm all over the board with coffee and tea. So I'm a coffee newbie. Everybody says I didn't start drinking coffee till I was 50. So and I don't like black coffee. Ugh, gross. I do like frou-frou coffee. So I usually a latte, probably with a lot of syrup in it. So
I like a little bit of coffee with my cream and sugar, so I understand.
What's one childhood memory that influences the work you do today?
I don't know. My mom was a single mom, and we moved a lot. So we lived in a lot of apartments. So there were some that were great and some that were probably not great. So probably that would be what we would influence what I'm doing today. So wanting to make those places better.
Nice.
And what is one item on your bucket list that you still haven't checked off yet?
I don't know. We talk about this a lot in the bucket list. Probably, I don't know. I don't have necessarily a bucket list.
If you could describe your time here at LCAP in one word, what would it be?
Comfortably busy.
Thank you, Holly, so much for joining us here in the studio and giving us a little bit of glimpse about your life and, what you do here for LCAP. What you do is very important, and you guys are very busy over there at the Healthy Homes Department, working to make the community safer and healthier. So thank you for what you do. And before we wrap it on up here, is there anything else that you would like to talk about? Or
Nope, I think we're okay. So.
All righty. Well, thank you again, Holly, for joining us in the studio. And we will be back next week with another special guest. So tune in.
Have a great day.